Hey everybody, welcome back to React TCG. Sorry I haven't posted in a bit. Been busy with other stuff, work, appointments, things like that. Also gotta wait for a time when it's like quiet, you know? Don't want you guys hearing a bunch of background noises from like neighbors and roommates and stuff. We are at episode 10, our second milestone. A bit of a big deal like last time. Kind of death battle, just like last time at Greece. They got something special for us at the end. But we'll save that, for the end, obviously. Getting right into it though, we got Beast versus Goliath. I'm not gonna lie, I never watched the Gargoyles TV show. X-Men though, they were great, man. I always liked that, it sort of addresses a problem that other heroes might ignore sometimes, which is like when you get your powers, you don't really know what you're doing. You don't know how to control them. You might hurt yourself. You might hurt someone else. So, Xavier's got a school. If you're willing to learn, come on down. You don't even have to become a hero afterwards if you don't want to. You can get a regular education, learn your regular ability, learn how to control your abilities, and, go live a regular life if you want to, I guess. They had people like, Cyclops, who couldn't stop his eye beams, or Rogue, who couldn't, she can't touch people. Jean Grey had trouble with her mind powers. But yeah, my my vote's going for Beast from Marvel, just because, I like the X-Men. Not my favorite team, but they're not bad. I know more about them than Gargoyles. Let's see what we got from Death Battle.
Some of the greatest heroes of all are shunned by the very people they continue to protect.
Basically the worst deal ever.
Like Beast, the blue genius of the X-Men.
And Goliath, the gargoyle who gives new meaning to the phrase tough as stone.
Yeah, that's one of the things I hated about X-Men, what they said there. Oh, they get shunned. Other than like Jameson, a lot of people love Spider-Man. But you guys they don't know he's not a mutant. For all they know, he's got a mutant ability that lets him shoot webs and stick to stuff. How could anyone in the Marvel Universe, without having the knowledge we have, be aware of who is and who isn't a mutant, who didn't just, fall into a vat of radioactive goo? They're saving your lives and risking their lives to do it. Show them at least a little bit of common courtesy. A little bit of respect.
He's wears an iron boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a
death battle.
Mutation, the key to evolution. The process is slow, normally taking thousands of years. But every few hundred millennia, evolution leaps forward.
Yep, all thanks to some alien interference when frickin' man was just starting to learn how to be man. Fucking aliens, man. Giving people superpowers. And not even realizing they give people superpowers.
If that means we're all eventually gonna transform into blue hairy monkey men, count me out.
Feared by most
Boomstick. Rude. He's only a blue monkey man because of his own experiments.
normal people, mutants generally begin to show signs of their uniqueness around puberty. Not so for Hank McCoy.
Yeah, the instant he popped out, it was pretty clear that something was different about him. Namely the giant monkey hands and feet. Whew, that must have been rough on the way out. He better give dear old mom double the presents on Mother's Day.
Though Hank successfully hid his mutation from the world throughout his adolescent life, he was eventually discovered and shunned. Constantly harassed and eventually kicked out of his own school, he was left to wallow in loneliness.
Until good old Wheels showed up and offered him a place on the mutant group known as the X-Men. Hank took on the nickname that was previously used to degrade him and transformed it into something new. His code name, the Beast.
Chills every time I hear that song, man. Every time.
As an X-Man, Beast became an integral member of this uncanny team. His superhuman strength, speed, and durability let him go toe-to-toe.
Alright, Henry Hank McCoy. 5'11", 402 pounds, god damn. 6 doctorates, including biophysics, teacher at Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, a member of the X-Men, the Avengers, the Defenders, and the Illuminati, and like Shakespeare. A lot.
With baddies like the immovable Blob and Kraven the Hunter.
But Beast was a genius, like yours truly, and quickly completed his doctoral studies. Eventually leaving the X-Men, he became a leading researcher in mutant genetics. Desperate to cure the mutant phenomenon, Beast developed a serum which he theorized would temporarily counteract the mutated genes in his body.
Except it kind of did the opposite. Poor guy, now he truly was a beast. His transformation wasn't all bad, though. Fuzzy Beast could now lift over 10 tons, run over 40 miles per hour, and jump over 25 feet in the air.
He also had a wicked healing factor, which made him essentially...
Genetic activism. Superhuman strength, speed, stamina, durability, agility, reflexes, dexterity, and senses. Enhanced senses. Improved healing. Claws and fangs, genius intellect, and strength increases when
really bulletproof. But this was nerfed dramatically from healing instantaneously to over a couple of hours when Quasimodo's experiments turned him blue.
For a scientific genius, he never did quite figure out how to turn back to his old self. I mean, he's been able to turn into a Catman, a Horseman, Blue Kelsey Grammer, and even Sasquatch. Somehow, he always ends up as his classic Blue Ape self.
Now unable to hide in plain sight, Beast had little choice but to return to the X-Men as a teacher and a leader.
As my research makes evident, it is possible to enhance the intelligence of mollusca cephalopoda, such as the squid, to the same level as that of the average human. Even a little above average. I'm afraid I must leave early, so I'll hand you over to my new teaching assistant, Mr. Cephalopod.
Hold on, everyone. Now, where were we? I asked the neurological aspects of cognitive intelligence. Were there any questions?
Beast isn't just a genius, he's also a ridiculously strong fighter. He has survived hits from...
So you're really not going to talk about the fact that he gave this thing like super intelligence? It feels like the start of Cthulhu, man. You never go down the Cthulhu path. Always a bad idea.
Intelligence. Were there any questions?
Beast isn't just a genius, he's also a ridiculously strong fighter. He has survived hits from the Juggernaut, smashed open a tank with his bare fists, hit the ground...
That's all we get. Made a squid super intelligent. Taking hits from Juggernaut and Hulk. Eversitely rips through steel, smashed a tank with his bare hands. Defeated Frenzy and Danger. I don't even know who those guys are. Survived the vacuum of space. Moved a 60+ ton tree made of gold. Why did you put survived the vacuum of space twice? And cured blindness. Then why is Daredevil still blind? If he cured blindness, why are there still blind people in the Marvel Universe? Number one of which is Matt Murdock.
With a punch so hard, he created an earth-shattering shockwave and lifted a solid gold oak tree.
A cubic foot of gold weighs approximately 1 ton. Comparing the diameter of the tree to Hank's height, it's reasonable to believe that this golden tree weighs at least 60 tons.
Or a shit ton, to be precise.
Despite his athletic skill and enormous strength, Beast is a pacifist, preferring diplomacy over fisticuffs. He is rarely eager to enter a fight. In combat, he usually relies on his teammates to throw punches while he holds back to come up with game-winning strategies using his brilliant mind. Like the time he figured out how to use Juggernaut's own bulk against him.
As Archimedes said when he discovered the principle of displacement, Eureka.
But when he gets angry, he'll enter a rage which makes him so uncontrollably fierce, he's a danger even to his closest friends. Literally unleashing the beast within.
Beast's monstrous appearance remained a permanent part of his life. He was never truly accepted by society, and even had to leave the woman he loved for fear she would become a target of mutant haters.
Aww.
But if he could have his way, he would spend his days hanging from the ceiling with a nice cup of tea, reading Shakespeare. But we don't always get what we want, so he'll have to settle for kicking ass.
With faint heart, averted feet, and many a tear, in our opposed path to persevere. A minor poet for a minor obstacle.
1,000 years ago, superstition and the sword ruled. It was a time of darkness. It was a world of fear. It was the age of gargoyles.
And
Awesome.
badass cartoon intros.
Stone by day, warriors by night, gargoyles used to be common throughout the world. Like the stone statues they inspired, gargoyles were known as protectors. Guarding their home and those inside was always their top priority.
It's not every day your garden statue is also your top-billed bodyguard. Otherwise, I'd have a shitload more lawn gnomes.
In
Fair.
the year 994 AD, a clan of gargoyles formed a symbiotic relationship with the humans of a Scottish castle. Using their superhuman strength, keen senses, and warrior spirit, the gargoyles defended the castle from invaders at night. In return, their human allies would watch over them during the day when they are most vulnerable, as gargoyles turn to solid stone in daylight.
The gargoyles were led by Goliath, a creature with a voice so...
Height over 6 feet. Weight is not available. Age 1066, but only 66 years of experience. 918 AD is when he was born. Leader of the Manhattan Clan, mentored by Hudson. Energized by absorbing solar radiation during his stone sleep. And like Shakespeare and Dostoevsky.
sexy, it makes humans turn to stone. If you know what I'm saying.
You are trespassing.
Unfortunately, due to their beastly appearance, Goliath's clan eventually faced unjust prejudice from the very humans under their protection.
We are most seriously displeased to allow beasts in the dining hall.
These are unnatural creatures. No good can come from associating with them.
They protect your ass while you sleep, you fucking pieces of shit.
If that wasn't bad enough, Goliath was betrayed by his closest human friend, causing nearly his entire clan to be smashed to bits. Then the few that did survive were magically sealed in stone forever by a misinformed wizard. Talk about a shitty Monday.
Sealed in stone forever, or until one very specific, seemingly impossible criteria was met.
The terms of the spell were that they would sleep until the castle rises above the clouds.
And when he says above the clouds, he means it literally. So, stone they remained for 1,000 years until in 1994.
Some billionaire with a name that sounds like an antidepressant just happened to be crazy enough to try something. Xanatos moved every last stone of the ancient castle to the top of his New York skyscraper, which happened to poke above the clouds.
The cost of which must have been astronomical.
Don't disappoint me.
How's that? Okay. Oh shit. It fucking worked.
The curse was broken, the gargoyles awoke once again, and Goliath was tasked with leading his clan into the modern world. Despite being completely out of his element, Goliath adapted surprisingly fast.
You mean he was texting and watching cat videos in no time?
No, this was the 90s.
Oh, so he wore crazy colored clothing and used nonsensical description words like bodacious, radical, or...
Jalapeno.
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 What does that even mean? Stupid.
Damn it.
Turns out Goliath was naturally suited to traverse the broad expanse of the city with his enormous wings. Though to be clear, Goliath insists that he can't fly, only glide on the wind.
Which I insist is bullshit. What else would you call what's happening right here other than friggin' flying?
Regardless of wind direction and speed, it seems Goliath has no trouble gliding wherever he wants to go. He only has issue taking off from the ground, requiring an elevated point to start from.
Good thing he can scale giant skyscrapers from ground level without breaking a sweat. Goliath is strong enough to lift a car, create a small earthquake, and tear through.
Yes, gliding in quotation marks. I will admit they should have put it in quotation marks. I'm putting it in quotation marks. You can't see me. Superhuman strength, speed, agility, and durability. Enhanced senses. Immune to cold and heat, stone-like skin, sophisticated intellect, and strength increases when enraged. Damn. Just like Beast, I guess. What was people in the 90s just getting mad and being like, now I am stronger.
Steel with his bare claws, like it was wet paper.
He's fast enough to keep pace with foes who use rocket-powered flight, and he's tough enough to survive a fall over 100 feet.
He was even able to keep gliding after being shot by a Nazi plane's machine gun while fighting in World War II. He traveled through time. It was weird.
Goliath may look like a brutal monster, and he certainly can be when he goes into a rage. However, he's actually rather clever and wise. He was able to outsmart Oberon, who is practically...
Caught a blade with his bare hands, ripped through 2 feet of steel, survived multiple lightning strikes, outsmarted Oberon, which is what they're about to explain. Survived a direct hit from an anti-air cannon, punched through ice several feet thick, and survived being shot down by a warplane.
An all-powerful magical god. And when Goliath's not leading his clan into battle or struggling to have a relationship with a human detective...
Boundaries!
Yeah.
He's usually holed up in his castle's library, reading.
Wise and powerful.
Wait, does he even have a... Nope, not gonna ask questions.
Goliath is a true force of nature. For 12 hours of the day.
Right, the other 12, he's a motionless stone statue, making him a pretty easy target. Even when he's awake, Goliath often puts himself in danger for the sake of others, regardless of the risk.
Hey, he's managed to survive for over 1,000 years, and believe me when I say, you do not want to be on this gargoyle's bad side.
My name is Goliath, and I belong to no one.
Stop whining.
A gargoyle doesn't whine. He roars!
That's it.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Beast Edition. Right. Yeah, get him. Oh. That's not good. Oh no. Oh. Oh
Hey-yo! They never show you that shit on night.
no. They just shoved it into a fucking garbage bin and stuck his head for like a snack. Bro.
90s cartoons.
Beast and Goliath were pretty even in terms of strength and speed, making this more so a battle of wit and experience. Beast was always more of a team player, preferring not to fight directly unless absolutely necessary.
And since Goliath spent decades defending his ancient castle in New York from Vikings, thugs, magic beings, and ghosts, his combat experience trumped Beast's.
Also, be careful not to misinterpret Beast's golden tree feat. While it might sound far more impressive than anything Goliath has done, Beast did not actually lift the whole 60-plus ton tree off the ground. It's nothing surpassing his usual feats.
At one time, Goliath got nailed in the back by an anti-aircraft round. That's right, Goliath got shot by a gun designed to destroy airplanes, got back up and dropped a radio tower on the fools that tried it.
And Beast didn't wait until sunrise for an advantage.
Cartoons are weird, man.
For two reasons. One, he didn't know what would happen because gargoyles in his universe don't share the Stone by Day rule. And second, Beast isn't tough enough to stand against Goliath.
And for those of you wondering, yes, gargoyles exist in the Marvel Universe. At least one that I am aware of for sure. You know, comic books weirder than the cartoons. Every day of the week.
For 12 hours straight. Finally, Beast has fought somebody similar to Goliath named the Griffin, and only survived the fight due to his fellow X-Men Angel's help.
In the end, Beast just didn't have the heart to keep up with the gargoyle.
The winner is Goliath.
Damn. Off to a bad start. Poor Beast. Alright. Yeah. They seemed pretty evenly matched to me. I think it could have went either way. But we'll, you know. Let's get on to the next one. What do we got here? Oh.
Hey everybody, I'm Chad. I play Boomstick.
And
Ben, I play Wiz.
Cruise's latest offers.
Sounds like Ojo time. Feel the fun with all the latest slots and live casino games with huge progressive jackpots and all wins paid in cash.
Guardians of
Groovy.
Champions of... Especially still, the episode of Death Battle was made possible thanks to the
Jeez. Sorry about that. I don't know why it fucking reset all my shit. Hate when it does that. Alright, here we go. Back into it. Oh, nice. This movie Spy, actually not a bad movie, guys. You know, Melissa McCarthy, Jason Statham, some of my, a couple of my favorite actors. From the directors of Bridesmaid and The Heat. Heat, another great Melissa McCarthy movie. I think this movie's like 10, 11 years old now. I'm sure you've probably seen it. But, if you haven't, go check it out. I won't spoil it, but basically, like, Melissa McCarthy character is, if you ever play the game Dispatch, she's like that, but for spies. Instead of dispatching heroes and watching over superheroes, she's like dispatching a spy on missions and watching over him and stuff. And something goes wrong with a mission. She gets basically promoted from like that job to being a spy out in the field, and she has to try and complete the last guy's mission. It's pretty crazy, and because Melissa McCarthy, full of comedy and stuff. Anyway, let's get into this one. It is Solid Snake versus Sam Fisher, Metal Gear versus Splinter Cell. I've never played Splinter Cell, so I'm gonna go with Solid Snake. I've played a couple Metal Gear games. They're not bad. I like I like being like a stealthy, like a spy or a ninja type freaking character. sneaking up on people. I know you don't have to play those games like that, but that's how I like to play, a character who's supposed to be a spy.
This especially stealthy episode of Death Battle was made possible thanks to the upcoming action comedy film Spy from 20th Century Fox, starring Melissa McCarthy, Jason Statham, Rose Byrne, and Jude Law.
It's coming to theaters June 5th, and if you enjoy this episode, then you should definitely go check it out. Maybe I'll see you there.
I wish, if I went to go see Spy back in, 2015 or whatever when it came out, and, Boomstick or fucking Wiz was sitting right beside me, that'd be awesome.
They are the government's best-kept secrets, masters of stealth, trained to kill in 100 different ways from the shadows or face-to-face.
Solid Snake, the legendary soldier of Metal Gear.
Sam Fisher, Splinter Cell's ultimate predator.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who
would
would win a death battle. His name was simply David, and he had one clear purpose in life: become the successor to the greatest soldier who ever lived.
Why? Because he was cloned from him. Strap in, ladies and gentlemen, this origin's a doozy.
Yeah, Metal Gear is not straightforward.
As a secret government project, David was created using eggs donated by a Japanese scientist.
Alright, so his real name is David, born in 1972, 6 feet, 165 pounds, IQ of 180, and has fought in wars since he was 19, and apparently has a strange fetish for cardboard boxes. Sorry, I got a text here. Alright,
And grown in the womb of a femme fatale spy along with 7 other would-be brothers.
She was almost the original Octomom, except they scrambled 6 of them to somehow empower the remaining 2.
According to prophecy, one of these twins would bring ruin to the world, while the other would save it. So that kind of works out.
Born to be a soldier, he joined the Green Berets as a teenager, and later joined the CIA, the US Army, and finally the high-tech Black Ops group called Foxhound. Here, his deadly stealth techniques earned him his legendary codename, Solid Snake.
While serving under this Special Forces unit, he received training from the very man he was cloned from, Big Boss.
But on his very first mission for Foxhound, war itself changed. After infiltrating the military nation Outer Heaven to rescue a fellow agent, Snake uncovered plans for the creation of a gigantic walking weapon that can airmail a nuke to anywhere in the world. It was called Metal Gear.
Despite being a Foxhound rookie, Snake destroyed the Metal Gear and discovered that Big Boss himself was apparently leading the enemy.
Dun dun dun.
After killing his own father, supposedly, Snake had had enough and entered early retirement.
But since he had single-handedly destroyed a walking nuke shooter and the greatest soldier who ever lived...
Freaking ads, man.
Snake became the next soldier of legend. Anytime a new Metal Gear showed up, Snake was pulled back into the fray. When all he really wanted to do was get drunk in Alaska and dog sled race with his 50 Huskies. Talk about living the dream.
That sounds pretty awesome, actually.
The Iditarod, the longest sled race in the world. When did you become a dog musher?
Turns out Big Boss wasn't quite as dead as people thought. Even after Snake burned him alive with nothing but a lighter and a can of hairspray.
History's greatest soldier, everyone.
These Metal Gears kept showing up and
Wait,
as dead as people thought. Even after Snake burned him alive with nothing but a lighter and a can of hairspray.
History's greatest soldier, everyone.
These Metal Gears kept showing up. Soon, Snake was an expert at destroying these robotic behemoths.
He even piloted a Metal Gear to destroy another Metal Gear that was designed to kill Metal Gears. Whoa.
But Snake did not earn his reputation as the icon of stealth by going in guns blazing. Although he knows how to use almost any weapon he finds, he keeps his load light by entering missions with only the bare essentials.
Snake carries a Ruger Mark II pistol with tranquilizer darts. Perfect for silent.
1911 operator, pistol used for lethal shots. A stun knife houses a non-lethal electric charge that emits through the blade. Octo Camo, smart camouflage that blends its coloring and heat signature in the environment. Solid Eye has night vision, reveals IR heat signatures and footprints, and displays a radar which picks up nearby biosignatures.
Takedowns. But if he wants to get lethal, he whips out his 1911 operator, one of my favorite handguns ever. And he's got a stun knife, which is like if a taser and a knife had a baby. All three of which he incorporates into his specialized fighting style, CQC, a brutal mix of hand-to-hand combat and gunplay taught to him by Big Boss himself.
Preferring to remain unseen, these weapons wouldn't do Snake much good without other tools to kill.
Knock off that guy.
Remain unseen, these weapons wouldn't do Snake much.
Taught to him by Big Boss himself.
Preferring to remain unseen.
Maybe he's just throwing a grenade.
These weapons wouldn't do Snake much good without other tools to keep
him
hidden from his enemies.
It looked like he knocked off that
Snake's
statue.
outfitted with his Octo Camo, a smart camouflage which can match the color, texture, and temperature of Snake's surroundings.
Not even the Gecko bots with their infrared and night vision tracking can find Snake in this camo. Plus, he's always aware of his surroundings thanks to his high-tech eye patch, the Solid Eye.
He's not actually missing an eye, it's more like a monocle from the future, with infrared, night vision, and radar. Snake's also been injected with nanomachines, which energize his body and his codec, an internal radio system. The codec allows two-way communication, which is 100% silent, almost like telepathy.
We have little time, so I'll be brief. How about switching to nanocommunications first? Silence beats talk when it comes to safety.
Feeding him info from the other side of the codec is his best friend, Otacon, a pathetic, cowering nerd with horrible bladder control. But
real name, Hal Emmerich, aka Otacon, founding member of philanthropy, computer expert and hacker, designed Metal Gear Rex, hacked the FBI, the US Army, and Arms Tech, removed the AI controlling the Patriots system, and super dedicated otaku.
He's also really good at hacking computer systems, so I guess he gets by. Give him enough time and Otacon can hack into any top secret facility.
Apart from Big Boss, Snake has defeated cybernetic ninjas,
blew up a tank using grenades, overcame his own genetically superior twin clone brother, twice defeated the legendary soldier he was cloned from, survived microwave bombardment for 3 straight minutes, and has defeated snipers, ninjas, psychics, and more. Yeah, I think I'm going with Solid Snake. I think he's got this, guys.
Psychics, his own twin, and of course several giant Metal Gears.
He can wield a railgun as powerful as a tank with his bare hands, and once blew up an actual tank using nothing but a couple of grenades.
And once he powered through a sealed hallway while being bombarded with microwaves and survived.
Who throws microwaves at people? Come on!
No, Boomstick, it's more like he was inside a giant microwave.
My God, think of the size of Hot Pocket you could make with that.
Under the effects of microwaves, a normal man's skin would deteriorate within 2 to 3 seconds. Snake lasted more than 3 minutes.
And any guy that can last 3 minutes is a goddamn stallion.
Not what he meant, Boomstick.
Now I know why they call him Solid. But seriously, this guy is built Tonka tough. Though he's hardly perfect, his Octo Camo provides only light protection against knives and other weapons. And even though he's in peak physical condition, one well-placed bullet will put him down as easily as any other man.
Also, cloning and nanomachines don't mix. By the time he was 35 years old, they caused Snake to begin aging rapidly.
That's him at 35? God damn. Bro. I feel bad.
And even suffer heart issues and seizures.
Old and wrinkly or not, you can count on Solid Snake to see every single mission through. And be a badass the whole time. There's a reason he's known as the man who makes the impossible possible.
Damn right.
I'm no hero. Never was. Never will be.
You haven't changed at all, Snake.
You might not be a hero to yourself, but you're a hero to some people, man. Nothing you can do about it.
Samuel Leo Fisher was born in Towson, Maryland in 1957.
Whoa, he's older than I thought.
Orphaned at a young age, he spent his youth at a military boarding school. His goal was to join the CIA.
Like, bro looks younger than Solid Snake, and he was born in 1957. Like, what the shit? Samuel Leo Fisher, born April 17th, 1957, 5'10", 170 pounds, is ambidextrous, possesses the fifth freedom, which is the legal right to break the law in order to uphold the greater good. Interesting. Okay. Proficient in Krav Maga, and apparently owns an elephant. Now I kind of want to see an elephant during this fight, but I know that would be a little unfair.
And follow in the footsteps of his late father.
Sam's career in government work was an impressive one, joining both the CIA and the Navy SEALs. During this time, he found he had a particular knack for espionage. And ladies. See, on one of his missions, he fired off a few rounds into the wrong target and knocked her up. So he married her. They had a daughter named Sarah, and Sam Fisher lived happily ever after.
Bullshit. There's no way he lived happily ever after. He's a spy. That doesn't happen.
No, wait. He got divorced after 3 years, and his ex died of ovarian cancer.
Left with
Great.
no other family but his daughter, Sam retired at just 47 years old. This time, he'd spend the rest of his days in peace.
Bullshit.
As if. We all know how it goes. Sam was too good to leave the agent's life forever, and was recruited by 3rd Echelon, a top-secret sub-branch of the NSA. 3rd Echelon wanted Sam for their new Black Ops unit, focused on infiltrating impenetrable locations, extracting information, and escaping even the most impossible scenarios. They called it the Splinter Cell program.
Oh yeah, let me come out of retirement and do that. The completely impossible.
Why not?
Talk, but talk quietly.
I'll tell you anything. I'm the biggest coward you've ever met.
That's quite a claim.
I've already wet myself.
Bro, come on.
Well, then you've made the top 10.
Well, luckily, like other agents of stealth, Sam Fisher didn't have to work alone.
His support comes from Anna Grimm's daughter, or Grimm, who communicates with...
AKA Grim Reaper. That is a hard as fuck code name. That is way better than Otacon. Technical Operations Officer for 4th Echelon, a master hacker, was temporarily the director of 3rd Echelon. Nice. And acts as an extension of Sam's eyes and ears in the field. I'm still betting on Snake, but I feel like... What was his name? Sam? Yeah, Sam. I feel like he's got better support.
Sam threw subdermal implants in his ear.
Ew!
It's just a tiny earpiece which operates by directly vibrating the bones of his inner ear, so only Sam can hear her.
So she's vibrating his bones, eh?
What is with you today?
I don't know.
Grimm
Good
is
question.
a world-class hacker who started as 3rd Echelon's lead programmer and might be aging backwards, but that's irrelevant. Together, they are a formidable team.
No, wait. Okay. What is wrong with these two pictures? Because this is not mathing in my head. This is not making sense. Like, she's not just aging backwards, she's... Look at it, she got bigger. Like, come on, what the fuck? Her hair color, like, changed, it looks like. Like, what the... It doesn't need glasses anymore. I don't even... She's doing some fucking, like, plastic surgery spy bullshit or something.
Backwards, but that's irrelevant. Together, they are a formidable team. Although Sam and Grimm have very different approaches to a mission and can sometimes butt heads. While Grimm is very by the books, Fisher prefers to follow his instincts. For better or worse, he will completely abandon a well-laid plan over a mere hunch. Surprisingly, this works out better than you'd think.
See? You don't always have to plan out every little detail about every little thing.
I thought we agreed to never discuss that trip.
I just wanted a churro, but no, it wasn't in the schedule. bet it was delicious.
Oh, shut up, Boomstick.
I'll kill you.
Grim direct.
Whoa, what is with you guys today?
Sam's movements, keeping him invisible on the field, along with the latest in stealth gear.
He sports the Mark 8 Tactical Operations suit, a light diffusing black armor that's
5.7 pistol uses armor-piercing SS-190 rounds. The SC-20K MAWS can switch into an assault rifle, shotgun, and sniper rifle attachment. Deploys miscellaneous ammo including sticky shockers, rubber bullets, and sticky cameras. Mark 8 Tactical Operations Suit, 8mm stick, and weighs 4 pounds. Composed of Kevlar, Rhino Plate, and Gore-Tex. Damn, he's got better armor. I think Sam's actually gonna win this, guys. I don't know about his training, but his gear and his backup is already sounding better than Snake. Multivision goggles, capable of night thermal and sonar vision. Neat.
layered with Kevlar and Rhino Plate to help protect against bullets.
Along with a layer of Gore-Tex, a material that suppresses his heat signature to make him invisible to night vision.
Speaking of night vision, Sam has that. And more! His multi-vision goggles come equipped with thermal vision, sonar, a zoom function, and even footprint tracking to ensure that Fisher can see you even if you can't see him. In fact, he's so stealthy that while he can track footprints left behind by others, his own trail is completely undetectable. Even by him. I'd say that he's the stealthiest man ever if it weren't for the 3 giant green lights coming off his head. Come on, dude.
Common misconception. As obvious as they may appear, those lights are actually invisible to a normal human eye.
Really? Well, that's too bad for his enemies because Sam excels at killing efficiently. While lurking in the shadows, he takes aim with his favorite pistol, the semi-automatic 5.7, a compact firearm that's perfect for silent, quick kills.
And if someone manages to spot him, unlikely as it may be, Fisher is more than prepared to take them head-on with his SC-20K modular assault weapons system.
This beaut is like the Swiss Army knife of guns. It has an assault rifle mode, shotgun mode, sniper rifle. Oh, she can be whatever you want her to be.
Here's another ad.
Boomstick.
What? Yeah, as versatile as she is, that's nothing compared to the amount of things she fires. Aside from bullets, the 20K can launch gas and EMP grenades, sticky shockers, rubber bullets, and even cameras which attach to the wall.
After their titanium spikes anchor them in place, Fisher can use his built-in communications device, the OpSat, to monitor them. These cameras have night, thermal, and electromagnetic field vision.
Sam's got so many ways to take on his opponents, it's hard to count all the impressive stuff he's done. He's carried out more than a dozen missions, went all Liam Neeson and rescued his daughter from kidnappers.
Has infiltrated both the CIA and Third Echelon itself, evaded 4 snipers that were looking for him, can headshot 4 people before the last man can draw his gun, rented World War III on multiple occasions, and completed a training course so silently his superiors didn't even realize he started this short course.
And has even infiltrated the CIA itself, which probably isn't easy.
He has single-handedly prevented a Chinese invasion of Taiwan, foiled terrorist plans to destroy the world's oil supply, all of it, and when he discovered that Third Echelon was corrupt from within, he took it down by teaming up with Grimm to create Fourth Echelon.
In combat, he's insanely fast and accurate on the quick draw. Even when surrounded, he can put 4 bullets in 4 skulls in 3.2 seconds. He can literally take a life in the blink of an eye. Despite his age, nature hasn't slowed Sam down at all. I don't know about you, but I'll be thinking twice before stepping into any shadows.
Fisher, it's starting to look like war is unavoidable. JCOS is asking all sources for current division-level intelligence.
So, besides stopping World War III, is there anything else I can do for you this evening?
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a stealth battle!
Sorry, I'm trying to read that. Why disappear? There we go. Secret Zanzibar Research Facility. Status abandoned. Target data files on meta patients number 5913. Experimental human enhancement drug. North Zanzibar Forest. 0400 hours. July 10th, 2018.
Okay, Snake, I've finished uploading the building schematics to your solid eye. The intel we need is inside. Should be a piece of cake, but there's one heat signature inside.
Just one?
Yeah, maybe everyone's out for a late night dinner.
Thanks, Otacon. Piece of cake.
We haven't had a chopper plan, have we?
No, the Paladin is your evac plan. Why?
We've got a party crasher.
Your new friend won't last long. There's only one way into that room.
Don't lecture me, he's mine.
Snake, he's in the room.
Oh, where'd he go?
Where's the data?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I did not shoot him while he was just standing. I thought he disappeared. Crap.
Grim, did you get that?
Sam, are you all right?
I'm fine. He's after the data.
Just our luck. I'll bring the plane in for you.
Don't. This guy's gonna be a problem if I don't take care of him now.
But it's more important that
No. Trust me, Grim.
I'm not alone. Somebody beat me to the intel and destroyed the source. Think he's with Praying Mantis? Raven Sword?
If they're operating out here, it couldn't possibly be anyone we're familiar with. I'll start scanning radio frequencies to see if I can find any comm lines. But Snake, until we know what you're up against, I suggest you keep yourself out of sight.
I've already got it covered.
Please tell me it's not a cardboard box.
Do I need to go over this again? The cardboard box is a very important tool for infiltration missions. It's ideal for fooling the enemy.
Bro.
It's just the only way I still can make a grand. Understand what I'm talking about? Get the picture of what this all about? It's time for you to walk it out. You don't want to be around when these dogs start barking out. You don't want to play the target.
Snake, this is insane.
Otacon, I'm not exaggerating when I say the success of my mission hinges on how I use this cardboard box.
What the fuck?
But in the end, a cardboard box is only made of paper.
Laughing at you. Everybody come this way, I see. Stand tall, you so small to me.
Get him, Snake.
Otacon, I've got the intel.
Hoping he can win this. Come on. Ah, damn it. Not looking good.
Sam, I'm sending you the camera speed. Whatever suit he's wearing is powered by electricity.
Perfect.
That was close. You're welcome, by the way.
I lost the data.
Oh, wonderful. Well,
without his suit, he's not hiding anywhere.
He's just behind that door. Go get it back, old man.
This is too easy.
Ah, what is that?
I don't know. Somebody's interfering.
Hello? Missing Holland?
Who is this? Identify yourself.
I'm Otacon. I'm impressed. Your security's pretty state-of-the-art. Not good enough, though.
Oh,
What?
damn.
How long have you been listening in?
Long enough. But right now, Miss Grimm, I've got to
Maybe I was wrong about Otacon. Maybe he is better than her.
shut you down.
Ah! Sam! Sam, do you copy? Sam!
Are you there? Are you okay?
Come on, Snake. Fuck this up.
You're pretty good.
You're pretty good. Snake? Snake?
Come on. God damn, I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Come on, Snake. Yeah, get his ass. Hand to hand. Come on. Oh. Damn it, come on.
Gotcha.
Come on. Yes! Fuck yeah. KO, motherfucker. That was a good death battle. That one was fucking awesome.
Piece of cake.
That was fire.
Holy hell!
Boom!
Both Snake and Fisher were experts in their field. Snake may come second to Fisher's skills in silent assassination, but he far exceeds him in close quarters combat thanks to his specialized training.
Even though Sam was a master of blending into the shadows, Snake's solid eye had no trouble tracking him down.
What's more, Grimm's comm line has a history of being hacked into, while Snake's codec does not.
But what about Snake's nanomachines and solid eye? Wouldn't they be disabled by the EMP blast?
Actually, no. EMPs are comparable to microwaves in how they affect electronics. When Snake was bombarded by microwaves, his solid eye survived for 2 minutes of non-stop radiation, while his nanomachines remained intact throughout the entire experience. A single EMP grenade doesn't quite stack up to a hallway of microwaves.
Fair.
Even if he did lose his nanomachines somehow, he didn't need them to beat Sam.
Overall, Snake has a counter for anything Fisher could throw at him and had the edge in close quarters combat, leaving this victory pretty straightforward.
Poor Sam. This loss just kinda snuck up on him. Yeah, from the start, it was lights out for Sam.
The winner is Solid Snake.
Damn right. You're damn right it's Solid Snake. Alright. Next time on Death Battle. We've got Darth Vader versus Dr. Doom. Nice. Darth Vader's pretty badass. But I'm gonna go with Dr. Doom. Dude, just like he's got more tech, I feel like he knows magic. He's literally been to hell and back. I'm pretty sure multiple times. I just don't think Darth Vader's gonna be able to keep up with him. But we'll see. Let's see what Screw Attack Ben and Screw Attack Chad have to say.
Hey everybody, I'm Chad, I play Boomstick.
I'm Ben, I play Wiz.
And we have a favor to ask. After the video, click the link in the description. It's going to take you to podsurvey.com/battle, where you can fill out a quick anonymous survey.
The survey is about making sure that you don't see ads you don't want to see.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably no good anymore, so we're just gonna skip ahead.
These two masters of evil are experts at bending others to their will. But beneath the mask lies the scars of their past. Literally.
Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith.
And Dr. Doom, sovereign ruler of Latveria.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Darth Vader. A long time ago in a galaxy far away, this masked murderer was one of the most dangerous and respected killers among the stars.
Nobody stood a chance. He was a force to be reckoned with.
I see what you did there.
But before he was a Dark Lord of the Sith, he was Anakin Skywalker, an innocent child sold to slavery on the harsh desert planet of Tatooine.
Anakin was a prodigy mechanic, a prodigy pod racer, and a prodigy Jedi. So I'd say the junk dealer who bought him got a pretty sweet deal. You know, apart from the whole ownership of people thing. Then Liam Neeson showed up and measured his power level to find out that this kid was the chosen one, destined to do something great that would bring balance to the all-powerful Force, whatever the f*** that means.
Freed from slavery and trained under Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin grew into an extremely powerful Jedi, capable of lifting starships and crushing buildings with just his mind. He quickly rose through the Jedi ranks to the very top, and
height 6'7", 299 pounds, 46 years old. Born on Tatooine, trained 13 apprentices. Sorry, not born on Tatooine, he was raised on Tatooine. Trained 13 apprentices. Languages known is Basic, Standard, which is English, Huttese, Sith, Droid, Binary. He can speak Droid. That's pretty cool. Conceived by midichlorians. Fucking prequels, man. God damn it. Alright.
Led the legendary 501st Legion in the galaxy-wide Clone Wars.
He also grew into a really arrogant and whiny douche.
It's all Obi-Wan's fault. He's holding me back.
Fuck you.
Naturally curious to an extreme, the vast potential of the Force was intoxicating to Anakin. Unable to accept loss and pain, Anakin sought new powers to fix his problems. After a premonition of his pregnant wife's death, he decided he had no choice but to turn to the dark side of the Force for answers.
Henceforth, you shall be known as Darth Vader.
Despite being trained in the Jedi's pacifism, Anakin learned that he was really freaking good at killing people and murdered nearly the entire Jedi Order. His punishment? A tearful breakup with his old master and a leisurely dip in a pool of lava.
After some pretty intense reconstructive surgery, he was rebuilt as the black-cloaked Lord of the Sith, Darth Vader.
If there was anything you hated about Anakin before, don't worry, Vader is nothing like that whiny little prequel bitch. He's a badass through and through with one of the coolest voices of all time.
The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force.
Vader's body was sustained by his dark armor, a mobile life support.
Serial number E-3778G1. Durasteel alloy gauntlets have Mandalorian armor, infrared and ultraviolet vision, mechanical limbs, and a life support system.
System designed to protect what was left of him and intimidate foes.
The suit enhanced his vision, hearing, and physique. With his robot limbs, he can leap dozens of feet and lift several hundred pounds, all without having to use the Force. The armor is even dense enough to deflect lightsaber blows.
Unfortunately for Vader, his new body had several problems. The armor was cumbersome and weighed him down. Much of it was mismatched, snagging and pulling on his body. His incessant raspy breathing often kept him awake. His synthetic skin itched constantly, and the control panel on his chest would sometimes beep for no reason at all.
You're saying in this technological marvel of an age, we can't fix one person who's fallen into lava?
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
It's very likely Vader's Sith Master, knowing his new student could become more powerful than himself, included these faults on purpose. While it caused problems for Vader at first, he quickly grew accustomed to his suit's limitations and modified his fighting style to complement his new stance and strength. And while his life support systems are vulnerable to electric overload, should the worst happen, he can use the Force to sustain himself for several hours.
Vader wields a dual-phase lightsaber. Unlike normal lightsabers, which are already cool as shit, Vader can manually adjust his to double its length. But if it lasts for more than 4 hours, he needs to consult a doctor.
All too easy.
With his unmatched connection to the
Dual phase lightsaber. With the Force, he can use Force Choke, Telekinesis, Tutaminis? I don't know what that is. Precognition, Force Barrier, Force Kill, Force Crush, Force Maelstrom, Force Destruction. Well, I want to look up this fucking... Sorry. Okay, energy absorption.
Force and training in both Jedi and Sith arts, he's learned a variety of techniques. He can deflect energy blasts with nothing but his hands, anticipate his opponent's next moves, and increase his speed and strength. And though his mechanical limbs cannot channel Force lightning like his master, he can condense and launch a ball of electricity called kinetite.
And he can always use telekinesis to lift people up and choke the ever-living hell out of them. A power that would come in handy if you ever had to deal with an annoying co-host.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Using the dark side of the Force, Vader embraces his passion and rage in battle, complementing his extremely offensive fighting style. The angrier he gets, the deadlier he becomes.
He's defeated tons of Jedi Masters, including Obi-Wan himself. He matched his...
Collapse a building with the Force, killed 8 Jedi at a Kessel Conclave, moved massive starships, contained lightsaber blows, is an expert pilot, beat Han Solo's quick draw, moves faster than the eye can follow, defeated Dooku, Obi-Wan, Dralig, Morn, and a clone of Maul.
Secret apprentice Galen Merrick in Force combat, who is powerful enough to move Star Destroyers, and killed a doppelganger of Darth Maul by impaling himself. Damn, that's dedication.
And finally, after discovering his long-lost son, Vader had a change of heart. He rescued his son by sacrificing himself to destroy the Sith once and for all. Or at least until the next movie comes out.
Darth Vader is impressive. Most impressive.
There is no escape. Don't make me destroy you.
Dr. Doom, master of science, sorcery, and his own country, Doom is undoubtedly one of the most dangerous villains in the Marvel multiverse.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at him. He looks like death itself. But before he was Lord of Latveria.
No, Death itself looks like a sexy hot skeleton lady.
Victor Von Doom was a gypsy.
His father was a highly intelligent doctor who died of frostbite. And
height 6'7", weight 415 pounds, birthplace Latveria, monarch of Latveria, second in genius only to Mr. Fantastic, second in sorcery only to Doctor Strange. Beethoven's ninth is his jam, dislikes crust on his sandwiches, and hates squirrels. Fucking squirrel girl, man. The unbeatable squirrel girl.
And his mother just so happened to be a satanic witch who accidentally sold her soul to the devil.
Poor orphan Victor was determined to master both science and magic to honor his parents. And he did.
By secretly combining technology and sorcery, Victor made a name for himself with a number of miraculous inventions, including a robotic duplicate of himself dubbed a Doombot.
And get used to seeing those things. Yeah. I mean, like every time Doom has been killed, it turns out it was just a Doombot.
This isn't Doom at all. It's some kind of Doombot.
No wonder he didn't use the ring. It's a complete fake.
He eventually developed a machine designed to take him to and from hell itself to rescue his mother.
But it blew up in his face. No, like, really, it blew up in his face.
Oh.
After the accident, despite his only injury being a single scar, Victor was horrified that his always perfect face had been tainted. Victor ran away to the Himalayan mountains and ended up joining a group of Tibetan monks.
He soon put them to work building him an awesome suit of armor to enhance his power and hide his face. He was so eager to get the damn thing on that he put on the metal mask before it cooled down, messing up his face even more.
This armor magically severed his physical connection to the world, shielding him from the nightmares and transforming him into a cold engine of logic. Thus, he took the name Dr. Doom.
Victor, please.
His name was already Victor Von Doom. I mean, he has a doctorate. He didn't really take the name Dr. Doom. He just kind of is Dr. Doom.
Call me Doom.
With his new armor, Dr. Doom soon conquered his home country Latveria, claiming the throne for himself.
Is he really a doctor?
Well, he was expelled from college, but he just gave himself a Latvian doctorate once he was running the country. So, technically, yes.
What a cop-out! Those of us with degrees had to work hard for our doctorates.
You do not have a doctorate.
Does too.
Uh-huh, check it out. Got it in poultry science. Special.
Damn right. See? Right there. To whom these presents shall come greeting, be it known that Boomstick, having honorably fulfilled all the requirements imposed by the authorities of this institution, president and the trustees of college, upon recommendation of the faculty, do therefore confer the degree of poultry science, with all the honors, rights, and privileges to that degree appertaining. Signed, the Vice President and the President. See, right here, it's all official.
Specializing in the frying.
Well, holy shit.
Anyway, Doom's armor specializes.
Not have a doctorate.
Yaha, check it out. Got it in poultry science. Specializing in the frying.
Well, holy shit.
Anyway, Doom's armor is mostly made of titanium, but there's way...
Weight 190 pounds, high strength titanium, nuclear powered, force fields, jet boosters, electric shockers, energy absorption, molecular expander, and splinter of the true cross. Like the cross that Jesus was fucking crucified on, he just has a piece of that. Why? For what purpose?
More to it. With it, he's strong enough to lift buildings, survive blows from Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet, and one-shot the Incredible Hulk. Plus, it has a force field, jet booster, Infinity Gauntlet, and one-shot the...
Should have come to me paying homage, son of Hulk. I might have had use for your sword. Okay, so not the Hulk, but the son of Hulk was still damn.
The Incredible Hulk. Plus, it has a force field, jet boosters, and energy blasters.
And also a molecular expander, which can enlarge small objects he keeps with him. Handy for turning tiny pebbles into giant boulders.
Maybe I should look into this science thing.
The armor also has numerous methods of energy absorption and manipulation, giving him complete control over all sorts of machinery.
It might just be the most overpowered suit in comic history. I mean, it even has pieces of the true cross to protect against Dracula and other undead. I mean, it even...
You're always thinking of attacking me. It's your nature. My armor contains splinters of the true cross and other such defenses. I studied under one of your greatest enemies. I always anticipated war between us. Tell me, why do you want Britain? Okay, the rest of that doesn't matter. But yeah, it's awesome.
Has pieces of the true cross to protect against Dracula and other undead enemies.
It not only increases his physical strength, but also his magical abilities, which...
Teleportation, time travel, dimensional travel, mystical barriers, void mind transfer, summoning, hypnosis, technological manipulation, and arc light.
Includes teleportation, mind transference, demonic summons, mystical blasts, and numerous other spells he's learned over the centuries. Yes, I said centuries.
Yeah.
Doom time traveled to the earliest days of magic and learned all he could before returning to the...
Whoa, okay, what? I figured he was alive for centuries because of magic bullshit, not because he went back in time. What the fuck? Elementary stratagem designed for idiots like you, Grim, would not deceive the... I was torn limb from limb at the dawn of time, but my hate kept me alive. I spent millions of years mastering black arts I could not hitherto conceive. I transformed my body until not even a molecule remained to betray me when I sought out the one teacher who could complete my education.
Time traveled to the earliest days of magic and learned.
Even after centuries of tutelage, his powers remained far in excess of my own. I had to be patient until they could be expended in battle with useful idiots, while protecting my secret from prying eyes.
All he could before returning to the present the normal way, by waiting.
Ah, yes, I
What?
think I'll be immortal today. But as awesome as his armor is, Doom's still a badass without it. One time, Doom found himself stranded on another Earth, buck naked after being
Thinks as fast as supercomputer, survived Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet, armor blocked the Silver Surfer's TK. Yeah. Willpower, beat Purple Man's telepathy. Nice, that actually is impressive. That dude is a creep. Caught Captain America's shield, crushed a diamond with his. Damn, what the fuck? Killed a lion in one punch while naked. I'm guessing that's what they're about to tell us, but what the shit, man? Beat Silver Surfer, Galactus, and the Beyonder. I'm pretty sure Darth Vader is fucked.
switched with his arch nemesis Reed Richards by a celestial. Long story. Anyway, he gets attacked by a lion, which he straight up killed with a single punch. Then turned it into a pretty sweet suit.
Under Doom's rule, his country Latveria prospered. Its people loved their new dictator, though the rest of the world was of a different opinion.
Probably
because he's an evil supervillain.
Because he keeps trying to conquer it all.
Well, whether Doom is a bad guy is a bit up for debate. Sure, there was that one time he sacrificed.
I made a pact. I conjured a cabal of nether demons who claimed they would make me the magician I could have been, and greater besides. But as is too often true of demons, there was a barter involved. One condition. I had to sacrifice something of indescribable value, something irreplaceable. Something only you could give me.
Sacrificed the woman he loved to hell and had her skin turned into leather armor he wore. But for a long time, Doom's top priority was actually rescuing his mother from damnation.
And he eventually...
Bro took the love of his life and sold her to demons and then turned her into a suit. Like, what the fuck? I don't care what his reasons for trying to take over the world is. That is villain behavior, bro.
He pulled it off. With that off the list, Doom did what any magically powered titan of science would do. He went time hopping to the future.
Doom explored thousands of possible future timelines, and what he saw convinced him he needed to take over the world. See, Doom truly believes he must conquer the world, as that is the only possible future freed from suffering and want.
And he's kinda right. I mean, even the Panther God of Wakanda backed him up, and that guy looked into, like, all the futures.
However, despite his overwhelming power, intellect, and intentions, Doom is extremely arrogant to a fault.
It's ridiculous. I can't even count how many times Doom had world domination within his grasp and then dropped the ball. I mean, one time he stole the godly power cosmic from Silver Surfer and still lost because Mr. Fantastic tricked him into flying into a power cosmic sucking force field.
But if Dr. Doom could just keep his ego in check, nobody could ever stand in his way.
Your plan to destroy them has failed, Master.
Failed. Dr. Doom does not fail.
So you tell a lie.
Introducing Grammarly, like you've never seen before. Your all-in-one writing essential. Recycling is great for bottles.
Skip.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Lord Vader, we ambushed the rebels orbiting Felucia, but Skywalker escaped. Again. I apologize. I shouldn't have been so hasty to begin.
An unwise decision.
What shit?
This farce is over.
Don't underestimate the power of the Force. I can sense it. You cannot escape destiny. You wreck! It is pointless to resist. Witness the power of the Force. All too easy. What a farce! Enough. Beware my power! What is the meaning of this?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Impressive. Enough. It is pointless to resist.
Oh shit. You're getting fucked up, Darth Vader.
You have no hope.
Ow.
Die. Got you.
Oh. That's KO.
Vader? No!
Darth Vader was extremely powerful, certainly capable of obliterating a basic Doombot. However, Dr. Doom himself is in a league of his own.
Vader may be the chosen one, but Doom's experience mastering magic and science trump the Sith Lord. Plus, while Vader has proven his strategic prowess over 2 decades of experience leading an army, Doom has successfully led a country and then a whole planet.
And of course, Dr. Doom's armor is absurd. Its magical barriers and separation from the physical world have protected him from reality warping and telekinetic attacks from the likes of Thanos and the Silver Surfer, whose power makes Vader's lightsaber and force choke look like child's play.
Yeah.
Even if Vader could get through that suit, Doom's mind is armored by his sheer willpower, preventing any of Vader's force power mental reading or manipulation.
Unfortunately, Vader was forced to meet his doom.
The winner is Dr. Doom.
Next time on Death Battle, we've got Donkey Kong versus Knuckles. I'm going with Donkey Kong, man. I mean, I like Sega, but I've always liked Nintendo more than Sega. I mean, Donkey Kong is, like, for a while, I don't remember if he still is. I'd have to look at the roster again. It's been a while since I played Smash Bros. But for a while, he was my main in Smash Bros. Let's watch Donkey Kong fucking win, I hope.
Guardians of treasure, champions of justice.
And prove that if you've got enough brute strength, you don't need to be smart to kick some serious ass.
Donkey Kong, defender of the world's largest banana horde.
And Knuckles the Echidna, guardian of the all-powerful Master Emerald.
We've already established that Mario and Sonic-related power-ups counter each other. For example, DK's Strong Kong could counter Hyper Knuckles, So for this fight, we'll be sticking to the bare essentials.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Now this is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. The ones that shall keep it may prosper.
But the ones who touch Donkey Kong's banana horde must die. See, I know literature. Well, the parts about killing, anyway.
Long ago, an illegal pet gorilla famously did battle with his abusive owner atop a construction site.
The ape's name was Donkey Kong, and the conflict didn't go so well for him.
After escaping, he fled to a remote island with his son, also named Donkey Kong. His son would later bear a child destined to rule the island. This powerful ape was named
Donkey Kong.
You guessed it, Donkey Kong.
Being a gorilla, Donkey Kong naturally loves bananas.
Height 6'1", 800 pounds. Name was meant to translate to stupid ape. Great. According to the crystal, coconut is destined to rule his home island and devour several dozen bananas in 3 seconds flat, and greatly expended his work. Oh, great. Yeah, for those of you who have not seen the Donkey Kong television show, you're in for a treat.
No. Real gorillas primarily eat plants, like stems and bamboo shoots, and sometimes termites to fight diarrhea.
Too much info, Wiz. Well, this gorilla loves bananas so much that he's hoarded hundreds for himself. And if someone tries to take away any of his delicious golden treasures, may God help them.
And yet his enemies have been bold enough to steal his entire stockpile several times, right out from under his nose. That's what happens when you hog every banana on the island to yourself. Just basic supply and demand.
Donkey Kong weighs 800 pounds and stands about 8 feet tall. That's almost twice as big as a normal gorilla. He spends his afternoons as if he were a Florida native by finding ways to kill crocodiles, such as crushing them with his sheer weight, chucking barrels at them like his old man, or just straight up punching them to death.
The strength this ape wields is so tremendous, his very palms can shake the earth. And his trademark giant punch can send his victims flying beyond the horizon.
But just because he's strong doesn't mean he's slow. He can unleash a flurry of blows so fast he ignites the hydrogen in the air, creating explosions!
This is similar to a meteor catching fire while falling through the atmosphere at 25,000 miles per hour.
Oh,
I'm telling you, Wiz, it's only a matter of time before the apes take over.
While common gorillas have impressed the scientific community by using basic tools, Donkey Kong is a little beyond that.
Yeah, he's got a shotgun! Like, I know it looks like he's just carrying around a log, but no!
Yeah, the N64 fucking Donkey Kong game, man. That shit was awesome. Tremendous strength and durability. Giant punch. If fully charged, unleashes a punch of significant power. Hand slap. Causes small-scale earthquakes that can alter the environment. Weaponry. The coconut shooter holds up to 20 homing coconuts. Orange grenades. Actual fruit turned into actual explosives.
Seriously, it's a boomstick that Funky Kong somehow made out of a tree that fires concussive homing coconuts.
It can fire in spurts, and if he shoots you, it's gonna hurt. At least, that's what the DK rap tells us. But what it doesn't tell us is that the series of grunts you hear from the Kongs is actually them speaking their own language.
Really? I wonder what he's saying.
Banana Slammer! Banana Slammer! Banana Slammer! Banana Slammer! Banana Slammer! Banana Slammer!
Okay.
Mostly just that. Sometimes he sings too.
Wait, yes.
Top of the white mountains, your glory rises high to the sky.
You can never unsee that. You're welcome.
What the hell? Okay, I know I watched some of this show, but I do not remember there being any musical numbers. Like, at all.
Oh, there were 2 in every episode. 40 episodes in all. Your brain likely shut down while
80. That's 80 musicals. Donkey Kong sang 80 songs. Bro.
watching to protect your fragile consciousness.
I'd shower you with coconut cream pies.
Good one, Brain. I owe you a beer.
Donkey Kong has done some ridiculous things. With a clap of his hands, he can create a shockwave strong enough to shatter meteors. Also,
Punched a giant walrus so high he caused a small tsunami when he landed in the ocean, and deadlift pirate ships out of the ground while standing on them. What the fuck? Can tank point-blank cannonball fire, shatters flaming boulders by simply clapping his hands, and has survived atmospheric re-entry on at least 2 occasions.
I exaggerate nothing when I say he ate an entire plantation of bananas in a single afternoon.
Bro.
He's agile enough to dodge arrows on a narrow ledge and tough enough to survive point-blank explosions. Multiple times!
But most impressively, after surviving an explosion that launched him into orbit, he used a fully charged giant punch to send a moon careening into the planet.
He apparently
Whoa,
expands his
what?
power by using both his bananas and his body hair, like a monkey Burt Reynolds. If he gets a haircut, though, he loses his power and looks really weird.
Wow,
That's just how his head is shaped? Bro, I thought that was hair and that he had a flat head like everyone else. What the fuck? Does that mean her head looks like this? What the fuck, man? That's horrifying.
Ow. Well, perhaps DK's cranial deformity is linked to his greatest weakness. You see, Donkey Kong is kind of an idiot.
We're talking about an ape who didn't realize he was following his own treasure map.
Immensely stupid, as lazy as he is unintelligent, motivated exclusively by bananas, and sometimes his loved ones, but usually bananas. If the hair on top of his head be cut, he'll lose all his strength. Despite his extreme power, he's still susceptible to being kidnapped easily.
Until after he found the bananas it led to.
Or while suffering from amnesia, a pirate crocodile was able to convince him that he was a crocodile through song and dance. Donkey Kong joined in, singing about physical features he clearly does not possess.
He's also just as lazy as he is stupid. One time, he and Diddy were making a killing selling frozen coconuts and could have had all the bananas they ever wanted. But the simple task of just cracking coconuts open all day was too strenuous for the big ape. So he sold the business for a couple measly bananas.
Bananas are the only motivator that seem to work on DK. But they're also the only one he needs to bring out the big guns.
If something separates him from his precious fruit stockpile, someone is going to die.
Nothing's stopping me this time.
Not a do it. You're gonna stop because that's what you do when you're faced with an irresistible force.
Damn. That was bold.
Attention. Terminus system is setting course inside.
4,000 years ago, the Echidna race thrived due to their advanced technology and talent for warfare.
Now that's what I call a pet. I know what I'm picking up at the pet store on the way home.
Just a heads up, the males have 4 heads on their penises.
What?
What? That is the exact reaction I was having. Good on you, Boomstick.
Pet store on the way home.
Just a heads up, the males have 4 heads on their penises.
What? Awesome.
Desperate.
Okay, I wasn't gonna have that reaction. Why is that awesome?
For the power to command the world, the Knuckles tribe staged a raid to obtain the legendary power of the Master Emerald.
What they didn't know was that it was protected by a giant murderous water dragon with tentacles named Chaos. And it just killed the shit out of him.
Miraculously, a young Echidna girl survived and managed to seal Chaos inside the Master Emerald. The resulting energy output ripped the Echidna's home into the sky to become Angel Island, perpetually floating so long as the Emerald remained in its shrine. Sonic lore, everybody.
Centuries later, one final descendant of the Knuckles clan remained, and his name was Knuckles. So not the...
Okay, but if only that one girl survived, how did she... Like, was she already pregnant? Because otherwise, how did she repopulate? Like, how did she even have one kid, let alone multiple to also then have kids and pass that Sonic lore, man.
Most creative parenting in the world, but hey, Knuckles is a lone.
Alrighty, age 16, 3'7", 88 pounds. Dude, Donkey Kong is gonna crush your fucking bones into dust. Sole survivor of his race, actually does have spikes on his knuckles, doesn't chuckle. According to a recent redesign, evidently skips leg day.
Guardian of the Master Emeralds, dedicating his entire life to protecting the family jewels. But he spends most of his days sleeping and doing nothing. Because really, who's gonna fly all the way up to a tiny floating island just to steal a rock?
Why, the
That guy.
nefarious Dr. Eggman, of course. As a ploy, Eggman convinced Knuckles that a certain blue hedgehog and a fox with two tails planned to steal the Master Emerald. Knuckles left to stop the thieves, and Eggman swiped the gem for himself.
Not the sharpest head on the dick, is he?
Without its energy source, Angel Island plummeted out of the sky. Until Sonic the Hedgehog literally beat the sense into Knuckles, and together they saved the day, forming a tense bromance.
Sounds like you've got an inferiority complex.
Huh? I have a what?
Oh, nothing. Never mind, Knuckles.
Since then, Knux has continued to try to guard the emerald. However, most people who try to steal it do. But luckily for old Rad Red, he can track the Master Emerald using his treasure hunting skills.
And his special bond with the gem, which allows him to detect its presence and harness some of its power, which he can focus through the ancient martial art passed down through the Knuckles clan.
The ancient art? I'll punch the crap out of everything. No, really, that's the answer to every single problem Knuckles has. Something in the way? Punch it. Need to climb a cliff? Punch it. Falling down a trap? Punch it. Punching not working for some reason?
Punch harder.
You f***ing know he punches it more.
You're taking this breaking and entering business way too literally.
Speaking of which, Knuckles can throw punches so extreme they create explosions
Bro,
by igniting hydrogen
what
in the
Sonic
air.
game is that?
Sounds familiar?
Knuckles is fast, capable of running at least 100 miles per hour. He can also
Super strength can apparently tunnel through the ground. Gliding does this by catching air under his dreadlocks. Sure, why not? Makes as much sense as Tails. Limited pyrokinesis and geokinesis. Punches can leave trails of explosions or shoot flaming rocks out of the ground. And apparently can breathe in space.
will take to the sky and glide, reportedly by trapping air underneath his dreadlocks. Although there's no logical way those locks are aerodynamic enough to keep him airborne.
Hey, it's better than a tanuki flying with its nutsack. Then again, he could be twirling his dick.
And with the spikes on his fists, Knuckles can effortlessly dig through dirt and rock. Add on his attachable shovel claws, and he can even tunnel through solid metal.
With arms that stringy, it makes you wonder where all this strength comes from.
Well, his connection with the Master Emerald is responsible for much of his more absurd attributes, like gliding and punching explosions.
Knux can shatter boulders, dodge machine guns, ride atop flying...
Can go toe-to-toe with Sonic the Hedgehog in combat, outruns machine gun fire, smashes through boulders effortlessly, punches the ground with such force it triggers volcanic eruptions, and runs so fast he crumbles the ground beneath him, and has defeated Super Mecha Sonic.
Jets and missiles like skateboards? Oh, and he can breathe in space.
He's matched and even trumps Sonic in battle, runs fast enough to cut holes in the ground, is strong enough to uproot massive trees.
Hell, he's strong enough to throw this!
With a single punch, he can trigger a volcanic eruption. Doing so requires displacing pressure in a volcano's magma chamber. At minimum, this can sit around 3,280 feet or 1 kilometer below the Earth's surface. Knuckles had to have punched the ground with at least 3.9 megatons of force, over 3 times more powerful than the highest yield bomb in the known US nuclear stockpile.
That's cute. How about the time he punched the moon? One day, Eggman blew up half the moon and rebuilt it into a robot moon because, well, he gets off on that shit.
Via remote control, Eggman actually changed the moon's orbit to create a never-ending eclipse.
But never fear, Knuckles just dove out into outer space and punched the remote control into dust, causing an explosion visible from Earth.
And returning the moon to its normal orbit.
But having these abilities isn't enough to let him win every time, especially when his biggest obstacle is his own brain.
Knuckles is illiterate, doesn't know left from right, and one time
By far the stupid of his friends, literate, false for Eggman's deceptions time and time again, jumps into fight without much in the way of strategy, and possesses a huge ego.
Didn't realize until too late that he was eating a napkin.
Hey, give credit where it's due, Wiz. When he did figure it out, he stuck to his guns and finished every bite of that damn napkin. It's dinner and cleanup at the same time.
He hardly ever strategizes before combat, preferring to run in swinging.
Hey, whatever works.
It doesn't. Well, not all the time. And despite being mortal enemies, Dr. Eggman has duped Knuckles into allying with him on multiple occasions. It's happened so often by now, you have to wonder whose side he's really on.
Hey, his fists can blow the top off a volcano, so why waste precious time on things like reasoning?
What a dreamboat!
I want to be just like you when I grow up.
Knuckles, you've been elected governor!
All in a day's work.
None of that was real.
Hey, that's not how it... Shh.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Alright, Dr. Fuck this guy up. Oh no. Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
Where'd he go?
Not as strong as you thought you were.
Oh no.
Dumbass. Oh, these fucking levels, man. These levels were the worst. Yeah, you win that track. What are you doing, Apple? Oh. Turned him into paste, it looked like. Wait, what? Oh shit! That's fucking hilarious. He took his fucking arms and used them to dig out. That was... What the fuck? What the fuck, man?
Knuckles may have had the edge in speed and agility, but his stubborn strategy of rushing in only played into Donkey Kong's favor by keeping close and in range.
The fucking coconut, man.
Knuckles may have had the edge in speed and agility, but his stubborn strategy of rushing in only played into Donkey Kong's favor by keeping close and in range.
Both were tough enough to survive atmospheric re-entry and the vacuum of space, but only Donkey Kong has also survived an explosion strong enough to launch him into orbit in the first place.
Knuckles and DK may have punched moons, but both feats are not precisely what they seem. The moon Donkey Kong punch belongs to the Mario universe and is clearly smaller than our own moon.
Yeah.
By comparing its size to that of Donkey Kong Island, we found this moon is approximately 2,775 feet in diameter and weighs 9.9 quadrillion tons. Knocking it out of orbit means DK punched it with a strike of over 3,000 megatons of force.
So not quite as impressive as punching our real moon, but hey, still way better than what Knuckles can do. Knuckles only destroyed a receiver controlling the moon's flight path.
And although the moon's orbit changed afterwards, it's unreasonable to say Knuckles is responsible. He has no other feat supporting this outlier, and the moon was previously established to move itself due to being part robot now. Sonic lore.
Knuckles' speed wasn't enough when DK was just that much stronger and tough enough to take anything thrown at him. DK just wasn't a kidneying around.
The winner is Donkey Kong.
Got one more. Like I said, it was a special one. Apparently Death Battle wants these to be watched in Group of 5 or something. Because here we are, episode 10, 50th one we're reacting to. And we've got Goku versus Superman, part 2. I'm pretty sure this is the one where I hate how the one part of the fight. But we'll see. We'll see how things go.
Goku.
Superman.
Titans of power, champions of unimaginable might.
Endlessly requested to fight each other. Again. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh shit, they got like an epic opening. I don't know if we'll have to copy just this music will get copyrighted, but it's pretty good. Alright, here we go.
Introducing
oh my
Grammarly,
God.
like you've never seen before. Your all-in-one writing essential. Recycling is
Created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, Superman entered the world on the cover of Action Comics #1 in 1938. He was the first, and his success paved the way for the superhero genre. The Man of Steel is righteous, courageous, selfless, a perfect Boy Scout.
Very inspirational, but man, does it get boring sometimes.
Yeah.
Siegel and Shuster were the sons of Jewish American immigrants and knew firsthand what it was like living in a world where they felt alien. Thus, this became the basis of Superman's story.
You know how it goes. His scientist dad found out his homeworld Krypton was getting a bit too explosive and sent his son off to Earth to save him. On Earth, Superman's Kryptonian cells can absorb so
Power, super strength, super speed, super Antarctic breath, heat vision, and super senses. Martial arts, forecasm rod, forecasm bow, psychic barriers, and vulnerable to kryptonite and magic. Goku doesn't know magic though, and he's not going to use kryptonite because he's a, bear fighter.
Radiation from the yellow sun, giving him awesome strength, speed, durability, flight, and the power to shoot heat from his eyes, which can be large enough to vaporize a planet or precise enough to perform lobotomies.
Superman was so powerful he could carry entire solar systems on his back or obliterate them with a sneeze. But over 75 years, Superman has changed quite a bit, including going through 2 separate reboots, which we will be focusing on today. These reboots lessened his insane power, not exactly by altering his abilities, but by changing his outlook. Upon discovering his alien powers, the new Superman rejected them, unintentionally instilling mental barriers on his powers, which he would work to unlock through the rest of his life.
Sort of like when you drink too much and don't remember the night before, so you gotta spend all day figuring out how you got yourself a dozen kangaroos and married a lamp. Don't ask.
And then, in 1996, the world changed. Dragon Ball Z came to America.
Dragon, rock the Dragon Ball Z!
12 years prior, a mangaka, or author of Japanese comics, named Akira Toriyama introduced Dragon Ball, the story of Son Goku and his quest to become the greatest martial artist in the world, nay, the universe.
Like Superman, Goku was also sent to Earth from a doomed planet and possessed incredible powers.
Martial arts: Kung Fu, Kami, Senyin Ryu, Kaioken. Techniques: Flight, Ki Blast and Barrier, Solar Flare, Spirit Bomb, Instant Transmission, Dragon Fist, and the Kamehameha. And is capable of going Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan now.
But that's pretty much where their similarities end.
Goku was primarily inspired by the Monkey King Sun Wukong from the Chinese novel Journey to the West. If you have any interest in Asian culture, I highly recommend reading it. It's inspired far more than just Dragon Ball.
Throw a stone at a shelf of anime, and odds are it hits something inspired by Journey to the West.
Right.
Anyway, Toriyama was smart and knew that fighting is awesome, so Dragon Ball took off like a rocket. Sooner than you can say power levels are bullshit, Dragon Ball became a hit anime, and then came to America.
Literally making its own journey to the West. And forever changing the childhoods of many.
Damn
Dragon
right.
Ball Z became the gateway anime to many Westerners. However, since...
Yeah, Dragon Ball, like, one of the first, if not the first anime I ever saw. That's why I want Goku to win so bad. I get the reasoning why he won't. You know, it's just not the kind of character he is. Superman is the kind of character who doesn't have limits. He wins because that's what he is designed to do. He is Superman and he will overcome the bad guy. But Goku isn't like that. He's the kind of character who shows that hard work pays off, basically. He loses a fight, he trains, he gets stronger, and then he goes back and wins that fight. You know, when he fought Frieza the first time, before he went Super Saiyan, he was losing. Even after launching Spirit Bomb, he was out of energy. It was only after turning Super Saiyan he was able to overcome that. It was only after pushing past his limits and unlocking transformation that he could win.
prior anime had very little success overseas due to the differences between Japanese and American cultures, the companies responsible for importing DBZ understandably feared Goku's character might seem a bit selfish and heartless to a Western audience.
Their solution? Turn Goku into Superman.
This decision resulted in some strange mistranslations, such as labeling Goku's father as a brilliant scientist.
I don't see it.
As well as perhaps Goku's most famous line, which many argue actually conflicts with his true character.
I am the hope of the universe. I am protector of the innocent. I am the light in the darkness. I am truth. Allied to good, nightmare to you.
Still, you gotta admit, that's a pretty fire-ass speech.
And this is where it all began. The nerd debates, the internet wars, East versus West, which hometown hero would triumph in a brutal fight to the end.
In 2002, Wizards Magazine delivered an answer. They deduced Goku would win, stating that Superman would die to a fall from the moon to the Earth.
A decade later, the website Outskirts Battledome launched, dedicated to answering versus matches. This time, Superman claimed victory. However, the chaotic debate careened out of control and eventually became banned forever.
The arguments only grew. The internet needed a solid answer.
That's where we came in.
Give me all you got, Goku. still hurts every time.
However, since January 2012, Goku and Superman have continued their adventures. Superman gained an all-new ability called the Super Flare, which jettisons all the solar energy stored in his body, essentially turning him into a solar bomb.
Oh shit.
However, it leaves him completely drained of his powers for the next 24 hours. As such, he will only use the Super Flare as an ultimate last resort.
Goku attained a new legendary form called Super Saiyan God. Despite being a temporary boost, Goku's body absorbed the godly power, essentially making it his new base form. Then, after mixing its power with his Super Saiyan ability, he became a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan! Oh, come on! There had to have been a better name. Ultra Saiyan, Master Saiyan, Super Ultra combo with Fry Saiyan, anything but that mouthful.
These new powers
Super
have
Saiyan
naturally rekindled the ultimate debate.
Is this godly Goku powerful enough to defeat Superman? Or will this just be a repeat of the past?
Well, let's end this debate once and for all. It's time for the rematch of Legends.
It's time for a death battle!
Come on, Goku. Give him all you got, even if you can't win. Oh, they're not gonna explain? Oh shit, it's gonna be a 13-minute long fight? Alright, let's see. Here he comes.
Hey, Superman!
Son Goku, I've been expecting you.
Beat his ass, Goku.
Ready for a rematch?
Stops here.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I actually felt that.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Neither have you.
Oh.
With every step, an earthquake. With every breath, I could create a hurricane. This is my burden. Be thankful it is not yours.
Ah, man. Such a cold speech, too.
Don't get ahead of yourself, buddy. You're not the only one with that kind of power.
Give it everything, man. Don't hold back.
Blue hair? I've seen worse.
Yeah, get him. I know in the end he's gonna lose, but he's good watching him beat his ass. Get him.
Out of my way.
Fuck you, Superman.
You can take it, can't you? You're too strong for your own good. Out of my way.
Come on, don't give up yet.
This stops right? Have you had your fun? I would prefer we don't accidentally destroy the Earth a second time.
No, I will never back down from a fight. Ah!
Yeah, this is the part I hate. He walks through it like, fuck you. Doesn't even look like he's struggling. Like, so stupid.
Stop it! This is over!
I'm sorry.
See, like, I don't mind the fight, but that part is so stupid. There's no way he walked through without any struggle whatsoever, just melted his fucking brain. Like, fuck you guys. At least they didn't let him smash into the ground, but still, like, fuck you, man.
I believe this is the part where I say, I told you so.
King Kai, I don't understand.
You can't beat him.
Sure I can.
Yeah.
I'll just train harder than ever.
No, Goku. You can overcome any limit put in front of you, but his power has no limit. Even if you somehow found the power to...
Hold on. I'm gonna go back and turn this up a bit, because I want everyone to hear this.
You can't beat him.
Sure I can. I'll just train harder than ever.
No, Goku. You can overcome any limit put in front of you, but his power has no limit. Even if you somehow found the power to surpass him, you wouldn't have anything left to aspire to. Do you truly want that?
Nah, sounds boring. Oops. King Kai, do you have anything to eat?
Goku, I'm trying to be serious here.
Why? My stomach has limits too, you know.
But see, that's exactly what I was saying. Is Goku can overcome any limit, push past any limit he gets. But if he was to ever become strong enough to beat Superman, he'd have nothing left to do.
KO! Whoa! Torches and pitchforks down! Before you start raging, please hear us out on this one, alright?
Goku is incredibly powerful, a skilled warrior, and a great character. But Superman is on a completely different level, one which really doesn't belong in versus matches like these. Sure, due to the writing style of Dragon Ball, Super Saiyan God Goku's exact limits are difficult to pinpoint. Also, Goku will likely achieve a new form in the future.
Yeah.
It's just how Dragon Ball works nowadays. However, none of that is really a factor. Goku will always have limits, while Superman's maximum potential is limitless.
Don't believe us? Well, strap in, boys and girls. Let's look at how Superman breaks reality. One day, Superman was hanging out near Vega, the brightest star in the Lyra constellation.
For the record, that's 25 light years from Earth, or 147 trillion miles.
Naturally, a crisis occurred on Earth, so Superman's photographer buddy Jimmy activated his signal watch, calling for Superman's aid. And Superman arrived in a matter of minutes!
Being a comic book, the time Superman took getting to Earth is unspecified. However, the comic never mentioned or implied any large time lapse, and he arrived as the battle was ending. Even if we seriously lowballed this feat to taking 10 minutes, Superman would be traveling over 800 trillion miles per hour, over 1 million times the speed of light. But more impressively, Jimmy's signal watch operates by emitting a high-frequency sound only Superman can hear. Which means Superman heard the signal in the vacuum of space 25 light years away. That is physically impossible.
Yeah.
Except for Superman.
Yep.
Oh, you aren't impossible! How about the time he lifted Spectre off the ground? A guy literally made up of eternity! Oh, not insane enough for you? Well then, how about the time Superman lifted a book of infinite pages? That's right, Superman lifted both eternity and infinity.
Though he did have some help from Wonder Woman and Shazam.
Like I said, when the writers get backed into a corner, they summon Superman.
Bam.
Hey Wiz, what's half of infinity? Infinity!
Regardless, they have limits in their own strength. So while they were lifting a specific set part for each load, Superman was lifting everything else, which literally means everything else. Really, Wonder Woman and Shazam didn't even need to be there.
Superman's held a black hole, survived an explosion equal to 50 supernovas, flew to the center of a red sun, which is like tanking millions of nukes rapid fire, and once easily absorbed enough solar energy to vaporize half a galaxy. And to put an end to the Wizards magazine argument, here he is getting thrown from orbit into Earth with enough force to devastate the planet and cause nuclear winter. Oh look, he stood up moments later more pissed off than hurt. Oh, and by the way, none of this was pre-crisis.
Believe us, we know none of this makes any logical sense.
And hey, it's not our fault. These writers just keep making Superman the most impossibly OP guy ever. That's kind of what he's all about.
Yeah.
Exactly. Superman isn't just a sketch on paper. He's an ideal. Superman and Goku are more than just characters. They inspire. They show us the best of what we can become. This is why people get so passionate about this debate.
Goku's the epitome of a self-made man in spirit and personal goals. He inspires people to work hard to achieve dreams. To many, Goku is proof that there is no struggle that cannot be overcome.
And the world of Dragon Ball fits this mold. Every obstacle Goku faces in Dragon Ball has a limit he can overtake. Even those called gods in his universe can be defeated and surpassed.
Yeah.
And that is where Superman breaks this matchup. His world just doesn't fit the same mold.
Superman is an all-powerful being who is only weak to alien radiation and supernatural magic. He is not meant to be relatable. He is not meant to lose. While Goku's story is one of a man trying to be the best warrior he can be, Superman's is the story of a god trying to live amongst men. It's not about if he loses a fight, but whether or not he's doing the right thing. That's why he stands for truth, justice, and freedom. That's why he doesn't wear a mask. That's why he's called the Superman.
Yeah.
But hey, we know some of you out there have some questions, so let's knock them out of the park right now.
Technically, if Goku could find a way to draw energy across multiverses, his Spirit Bomb could possibly achieve the kind of limitless power to match Superman. But not only would that take way too long to charge, providing Superman with plenty of time to kill him thousands of times over, the Spirit Bomb does not hurt anyone pure of heart.
Like Superman.
Gohan, you have to bounce it back. If you don't have any evil in you, you'll be okay.
Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan was about on par with Golden Frieza. When asked about Golden Frieza's power level at a panel, Frieza's voice actor said that since
Power levels are bullshit.
Frieza was a nice guy, it's probably 100 quintillion. Which is a pun, because power levels are nothing more than a big joke.
Superman has been beaten in battle before, when he was still learning. Saying Superman should lose because he lost to Doomsday is the equivalent of saying Goku should lose because he was one shot by Raditz. We are looking at these characters at their maximum potential, not from some random point in their timelines.
Goku may have divine ki now, but it's still ki, not magic.
Ki may be spiritual in nature, but it's still a natural source of living energy even Superman possesses. In fact, Dragon Ball emphasizes a clear difference between ki and magic.
And if Goku did destroy the sun or the planet, he can't survive in the vacuum of space. Superman can and could always just fly to another yellow sun, or even a blue one, which boosts his powers even faster.
Ultimately, Goku versus Superman comes down to a difference of limits and purpose. What happens when you pit a man with the power to break any limits against a being with no limits in the first place? Well, only one has limits to give at all. But that's exactly what makes him such a memorable character.
Think about it. If you had a Goku that was as powerful as Superman, would you even want him?
The winner is Superman.
Fucking Superman.
Fucking Superman. That's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Like, subscribe, check out Death Battle, give them their love. fucking Superman. Have a good one, guys. Peace out.